Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to use the app.diagrams.net tool. It's one of the very good tools, open source, which is a free of cost, and it's very reliable if you are doing entity relationships, models, conceptual diagrams, flowcharts, Venn diagrams, or even if you want to do network design or engineering. So you just type app.diagram.net and it will come into the website. To start with it, you can either change. For me, I'm using just my device storage. You can use GitLab, GitHub, Dropbox, OneDrive, or your Google Drive, whatever are you happy to use. For me, I will for the purpose of the video, I'm just going to use it as on my own device. So I will choose create new diagram. You can just name it or you can name it later. I will just say maybe test 2. You can actually, if you are doing clouding or you're doing charts or engineering or flowcharts, you can see some of the existing templates that you can use and just edit it. If you are doing mapping, networking, if you are doing enterprise network design or IT or infrastructure networking, you can just choose one of these ready template and you just edit them. So you can also do UML, a Venn diagram, if you are doing a presentation and you want to create a Venn diagram, wireframe or layout. So there's quite a few examples or templates. For us, we will just do a basic one. I will start with a blank diagram and you can see it's either XML or editable, bitmap image or HTML. I will use XML file. I will create. I will just choose my as the desktop. Test 2. So this is the interface. You can go files if you finish and you want to save. You can save it as an image. You can save it as XML file, HTML, or whatever you like to do it in any type of extension. If you're doing just general diagram, you can simply just drag the shapes that you like to do. But in our case, I'm going to use it for the purpose of doing entity relationships. For advanced diagrams, you will use maybe table, or you can simply use list at this stage, or you can just go with entity or entity shape. So because I wanted to show you how to be able to do this type of diagram. Like this is vehicle manufacturer, or in your case you're going to do maybe real estate or hospital. If you want to do this type of diagram, they will be giving you a scenario. What are the entities? You can see there's 7 entities here, and each entity will have few attributes. So manufacturer is the entity, and manufacturer ID and manufacturer name is the entity attributes that you're going to list for each entity. And you can see the cardinalities or the relationship. You can see one to many, optional. You can see one and only one, which is mandatory. In some cases, you will have one only, or one to one, or many to many. You will be learning this as you go. If I want to do this diagram, I will simply be doing entities. You can see this is the entity. 1, 2. Sorry, so 1 and then another 1, 2. If you don't want to keep on dragging, you can just select them and Control D. You can duplicate them. If you want to duplicate them again, Control D. Just aligning them together. And then I need one more in the middle. So these are basically your entities that you're going to use to design the database. If you want to change the name, you simply type the name. So what we have here, we have manufacturer. Manufacturer, and you have the manufacturer ID as a first attribute. And by the way, it's a case sensitive. If you write something wrong, it will give you, it will show that there's an error. So manufacturer ID, you can see it's red because we type ID straight away next to it. So it's case sensitive. You will have manufacturer name. It's recommended to use them as one word, or you can simply just do underscore in between. So you have manufacturer, manufacturer ID, and then you will have the feature. What else we got? Vehicle. Vehicle color. OR. Just type it in English, and then you will have vehicle color. So vehicle model, then vehicle color. Vehicle color, fuel type. Alright, so we changed nearly everything except the vehicle details. Now, what you wanted to do, you want to add each entity attribute. You can see the model ID, manufacturer ID, manufacturer ID, model name, manufacturer ID. ID. Model name, and again manufacturer ID, color ID, color description. Color description, color ID. What we got here? We got fuel description. And then car registration. And then you can see that the car registration is currently underlined and bold, so it has to be underlined and bold, which means this is the primary key of that table. And then you got feature ID. You can see feature ID here is bold and underlined, and this is what we have to do when we have as a primary key. And then feature description. So in some cases, some others, they will use maybe just a list because it's easier to edit, or you can just use the one you like. So in my case, I just use the entity itself. And then you got feature description. And you can see the feature description has to be not bold and not underlined, just normal. So when you see anything bold and underlined, it means these are primary keys, and these are the primary key of that table. Fuel ID and then fuel description. Alright, so to do that you just have to go Control B or just B and underline to make it looking like that. So you can see the vehicle details will be connected to nearly every other table, which include the car rego, and then model ID, color ID. So nearly every primary key in the other tables will be here as a foreign key. So I will leave that for you, but meanwhile, what we need to do, we need to create the cardinalities and the relationships between these attributes, between these entities that has these attributes. If you want to change the color, simply select them all, and you can always edit the color from here. I will just use blue for now. If this one is hidden, just click on it and it will be showing to show the styles, text, and the other stuff for editing and styling. Now what we need to do, we need to use these relationship cardinalities to create the relationship between the tables. So what you can see the vehicle color, and to the vehicle details there is one to many. So you can simply just find which one is one to many. One to many optional. So when you see O, it means optional. When you see the circle, when you see, so I will simply just use this one. So that's the first one here. All right. So if you wanted to plug it at the bottom, simply just make it straight, and then you can see there is only 3 dots. Click on the middle dot and simply just move it a little bit, and then you can see multiple dots, and then now you can easily mimic the way that it was used up there. Alright, so we're done with the first one. If you want to do this one again, you can simply, it's the same, it's one to many optional, one mandatory to many optional. So you can simply just do like that, and then here, and then I will go and just straighten it if you want to do it this way. So you choose the way that you actually like to do it. In my case, I'll just do it like that to keep it nice. All right, so basically this is how you do the tables or the entity for the relationship. This is how you add the attributes of each entity. If they are primary keys, then you have to be bolding them or underline them. If you want to change the style, you just choose the styles, and then you can change the colors. If you run out of space, simply just try to drag anything, and it will give you more space. So it will be never running out of the space. And if you finish, you can either take screenshot using the snipping tool, or simply just save it as a XML file, or save it as a photo. For me, I will take, maybe if you want to take a full screenshot, if you have an assessment and they want you to show the time and date, you just take full screenshot showing the time and the date, as you can see here. Or you can simply just take a screenshot for the diagram that you just created the design for. All right, so this is pretty much everything. You need to know that you can easily adjust these. You can change the styles. If you want to add text here, for example, if you are doing, let's say, project 1, 2026, something like that. If you want to do text, you just simply just click and add text. If you want to add another shapes, in some cases you will add some shapes in between or text. You simply click and add, double click and add. If you want to add these type of shapes, in some cases to show the relation, maybe one-to-one or many-to-many, you can just simply add it and you can do the work. All right, so this is pretty much everything. If you're going to use or create an entity relationship diagram, Very simple, very easy, and free tool that you can use. All right, so thank you everyone, and good luck with your work.